Yo, let's be real though, man. So the whole 50 Cent, Big Meech beefing and shit. Let me say this, right? This what I want to know. And this really matters. And I'll tell you why. When Big Meech was locked up in prison, did Big Meech reach out to 50 Cent and ask 50 Cent to do a show about his life? Or did 50 Cent reach out to Big Meech while he was in prison and asked him if he could do a show about his life? I'm gonna tell you why this matters with this whole beef shit. What if we don't know that, right? I'm gonna tell you why it matters. If Big Meech didn't reach out to 50 Cent and 50 Cent reached out to him and asked him if he could do a show about his life, and he's like, yeah, he could have said no, right? But he said yeah, and then they developed some type of relationship. Sure, 50 was like, yo, he a big fan. But let's think about this. When Big Meech was out, when he had the BMF, when they had they running shit back in the 90s, early 2000s and shit, Big Meech and them BMF niggas was really fucking with niggas in Cali, Detroit, of course, because that's where he from, Atlanta, and Florida and shit. This is why this matters. Not to say that he didn't have arms reach in New York. I'm sure it was some BMF sector in New York, some part, maybe not. I'm not sure, but they weren't really fucking with New York niggas like that, is what I'm saying. But if 50 Cent asked him to do a show about his life and he just said yeah, so of course this man talking about putting your son in a position. So he like, all right, that's cool. You know what I mean? Boom, boom, boom. But when you really think about it, when Big Meech was out, when they was running around, they more was honed into down south niggas. They weren't really fucking with New York niggas and Jersey niggas. Not to say that he didn't still have niggas out there that was fucking with BMF, because they was moving, heavy when they was out. So, but they was known for fucking with down south. So, again, this matters. So even though Big Meech, and like I said, I don't know. Y'all tell me, I don't know. But, and I say it matters again because if 50 Cent asked Big Meech to do a show about his life, he said yeah, because he can put his son in a position to get some money or whatever. And he was already kind of like fucking with his son. So that's cool, but Big Meech get out of jail. And then the first thing he do, you see him taking a picture with Rick Ross. Because in Big Meech mind, he like, although if this man asked me to do a show about my life, and I said yeah, but I don't owe this man no loyalty. That's like some random dude, like, right, somebody call you in prison and ask to do a show about your life, put your son in a position. You like, all right, bet, that's cool. Your son, he level your son up. Then you come home from prison and you moving how you move because you're a grown man, right? You're a grown man. It don't matter what somebody did something for you. Like, you should have a moral code. Like, that's how y'all want to look at it. But at the end of the day, it don't matter about how much money or what he did for his son. He's still a grown man at the end of the day. And he pretty much can do whatever the fuck he want to do. And take a picture or chill with whoever he want to fucking chill with. But y'all feel like because he did this, that, and the third for his son and put him in this position, he should still have this moral code of some type of loyalty to this man. But at the same time, he like, nigga, that's some shit y'all would do. Know what I mean? But again, Big Meech and them BMF niggas, they weren't really fucking with New York niggas like that. They was more drawn to down south niggas like Atlanta and Florida and shit, and Cali and Detroit. You feel what I'm saying? So him and 50 being a New York nigga and shit, like y'all really go look back and see like BMF niggas won't really, like I said, I'm not gonna say that they didn't have niggas, followers, people that was down for the cause that was in New York or Jersey. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? But they weren't really heavy out there. And this matters. So he looking at like, nigga, so what? That's just like me. Like, nigga, so what? You put my son. I didn't ask you to do a motherfucking show about my life. You asked me. So if you called me and asked me to do something about my life, right? And you put my son in this position, it don't mean I'm supposed to deal with the people you deal with and hang with the people you hang with. I can hang with who the fuck I want to hang with. Cause I'm gonna just say, nigga, I didn't ask you to do shit. I don't give a fuck what you did for my son and you put him in this position, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Cause at the end of the day, I didn't ask you to do shit. Like I was in prison, serving out the rest of my sentence or whatever, minding my business. You reached out to me and wanted to do a show about my life, nigga. It ain't the other way around. I didn't call you or reach out to nobody in your camp and say, hey, do a show about my fucking life, like, especially when I'm still in prison. You know what I'm saying? But it's like 50 already was putting that shit in motion anyway, right? Because he was already chilling with his son and shit. Now, let's think about this. What if Big Meech said no? You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, it's different. I don't got to say much. Now, if Big Meech reached out to 50 Cent and asked 50 Cent to do a show about his life, then yeah, that's some snake shit. You know what I'm saying? If Big Meech reached out to 50 Cent and said, yo, can you do a show about my life? And you know what I mean? The show do numbers, it's a success, whatever. Then you owe him that loyalty. So you shouldn't have been chilling with Rick Ross because you just really fucked up. But if it was 50 Cent reaching out to me, I'm saying, yeah, like, all right, that's cool, but I don't owe you no loyalty, nigga. Like, when it comes to me, when I get out of prison, I can go hang with whoever the fuck I want to. Like, I don't think any grown man, you know what I'm saying? Because your beef is not my beef. Just because 50 Cent is the type of nigga that he feel like if I beef with you, if I'm beefing with a nigga, you supposed to beef with him or you can't fuck with it. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Everybody know 50 that nigga, he that man, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, that man's still a grown ass man. I don't give a fuck what you did for my son. That's just real shit. It's just real shit. But what if Big Meech would have said no? And then this made me raise another question like, was 50 and Tammy Collins already developed some type of relationship with each other? Were they already cool when they was putting this big, because she already had Big Meech life rights. So even if Big Meech says no when the show is about him and his life, and he told him no, but 50 still went behind his back and did a deal with Tammy Collins because she got the life rights, and she like, fuck it. He ain't got no say so. I got his life rights, so yeah, let's still make the show. You know what I'm saying? And then, right, nobody will be going, or nobody will be talking shit about the shit or saying Big Meech a snake or whatever. If that was the situation, right? If he would have told him no, because he would have been like, everybody like, well, shit, he ain't asked that man to do that because a man took upon himself to do something for somebody that nobody asked him to do. I get it, the moral code. You did something for me. You put my son in a situation, a better situation, and it helped me out too because you leveled my son up, so that makes a benefit for me. But also, I didn't ask you for this. So when it comes to me chilling with people, hanging with people, you can't tell me who the fuck to hang with. And you get mad, I don't give a fuck. He's your op, nigga. He's not my op. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, because of the shit they got Rick Ross and 50 Cent got going on, it probably wasn't a smart decision to do that. But if he was looking at it like, and he's a grown man, just like me, ain't no nigga gonna tell me who I can hang with. But because 50 always crushing Rick Ross, like, you know, Rick Ross do his little car shows, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes he be on some goofy shit, whatever. But at the same time, like, Rick Ross don't do good business anyway. So that's why I'll say, like, fuck the fact that that's 50's op. Because at the end of the day, you your own man. You can go chill with whoever the fuck you want to chill with. But Rick Ross is not a good businessman. Like, he is not a good businessman. Like, the people that have done business with him, they will tell you, like, Rick Ross does not do good business. So for that reason alone is why I wouldn't have been jumping out the window to go see what he talking about. But again, Big Meech is drawn to down south niggas. They was always down south. They raining down south, Atlanta, again Detroit and shit, Florida. That's why he was drawn to Rick Ross. You know how 50 is and shit. He a New York nigga. He moved different, but 50 felt like he had his loyalty because of all he did for his son, and he made him famous and rich. You know what I mean? But what he wasn't thinking was, shit, it ain't like I was running with them niggas or running with BMF back in the days. Like, I heard about, like, that's all 50 could say. Like, I heard about them BMF niggas, but like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, he heard about them just like everybody else heard about them. But, and that's another thing. Big Meech, like, nigga, it ain't like you was actually doing something for the BMF shit. Like, and again, you called me and asked me to do a show. So maybe you ain't had shit popping and you was already gonna do this shit anyway. And you just wanted to ask just, just out of respect or whatever. And he just said, yeah. And again, when Big Meech come home, he can chill with who the fuck he want to chill with. But 50 mad because he felt like he owe him some loyalty. But it's crazy because soon as he did some shit that he ain't like, he just started throwing out these snitch allegations. And it's like, nigga, let's not, ain't nobody talking about that. Like, how long you known he was a snitch? You must have known he was a snitch before you was doing the BMF shit or while you was doing the BMF show. Like, you knew this. If 50 Cent was, when you knew he was a snitch and you was still cool with him, but the minute it's like you had that dirt on him or something, like, because that's what you making it seem like you knew he was a snitch or whatever. So people like, when did you find out he was a snitch? The minute you seen the picture with him and Rick Ross, or did you already know this? And then you working with Shorty who had his life rights. Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like 50 was just gonna be on some shit anyway, regardless. You know what I'm saying? And he just pretty much sped the process up, taking a picture with Shorty and shit or whatever. But shit, at the end of the day, I'm like, nigga, you made a story, a show about my life, so you owe me, motherfucker. You ain't telling your life. You did that. Get Rich or Die Trying, which the movie did good numbers, but this is my life you talking about. This is my life, my organization that I developed, that I started with my brother, and you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, niggas can move how they want to move, man. Ain't no nigga gonna tell me who the fuck I can chill with and who I can't chill with, and that's why I said that matters. Now, if Big Meech reached out to 50 Cent, that's something different, okay? You asked him to do some shit, 50 said yeah, and then you did some goofy shit about chilling with somebody you know he don't fuck with. But if 50 Cent reached out to you and asked you, nigga, you was trying to come up, and you just wanted to use my story, like, to make it like another Power and the other little shows you got, for which it's cool, because you do good with your shows. Your shows do good numbers. The ratings be through the roof and shit. But at the same time, from man to man, you did this for me. I didn't ask you to do this. Yes, you put my son in a better situation that could also benefit me. But at the end of the day, you you can't tell me who the fuck to go chill with, man. I'm sorry. Don't, because you who you are and because you came from where you came from and because you the person you are and you're well known, you famous, you are who you are, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, nigga, you still not my God. So like, if you gonna cut me off because I'm chilling with somebody, like, I don't give a fuck about what y'all got going on. I felt like Big Meech should have not been dealing with Rick Ross on no business type shit anyway, because Rick Ross does not do good business. He quick to show you some cars, talk about some car shows, talk about his Bel Air, but those little shits he doing, and that, he getting money, obviously, right? But at the same time, like, Rick Ross do bad business. Let's just be real. It's if anybody in Miami that done business with him or in other places, like, they know he don't do good business. That's the only aspect I see from which Big Meech should have not even fucked with Rick Ross at all. Like, you could have found somebody else down south. You know what I mean? Not him. But again, he drawn to them Florida niggas because that's who they was fucking with when they was out, when they had their run. They weren't really fucking with New York niggas. He liked that Miami shit. He liked the Rams, the tropical palm trees and shit. He was loving that shit when he was young and free. Like, he loved going to Miami. That's what a lot of BMF, that's what they was going to. Florida and shit. Out there tearing shit up. Know what I mean? And when he came home, he was still drawn to that. And he just know, oh, Rick Ross? Oh, you know what I mean? And the nigga said my name in the song. Like, I'm fucking with him, know what I'm saying? But he just didn't know Rick Ross don't do good business. And he didn't know, like, the extent because the man just got back into the free world. He didn't even know the extent of what he was getting himself into. He just did what he wanted to do because he home, he free, and he, you know what I mean? Yeah, he know what the fuck 50 just did. He know he had a show about his life. He know his son getting money and he popping down. You know his son getting some bread, even though he supposedly fucked all the money up and shit. But look like the nigga doing damn good to me. But yeah, at the end of the day, that man can walk his own path, man. And I just feel like 50's so fucking pissed and so fucking bitter about the shit. Like a female. Like, he's so bitter about the shit. He just, now you talk about that shit don't even add up though. Like, you know what I'm saying? As soon as the man take a picture with somebody on, like, now he'll snitch, and you run that shit through the mud, like, you run that shit through the goddamn ringer, like, with this whole shit. Man, you got everybody looking at him like he a sucker, and I say he is for dealing with Rick Ross on some business shit. You know what I mean? As far as them doing the little show and shit festival for him coming home and shit, like, he shouldn't even have did that with Rick Ross. He should have linked up with somebody else in Florida or did that shit in Atlanta, not Rick Ross. Cause with that music shit, like, he is scrambling, like, putting shit together like that. Them car shows, he could do that shit all day, cause he could do that in his yard. But that shit bring in money for him. You know what I'm saying? Cause his other business ventures ain't really hitting on shit. I'm just saying, they really not. But that car show shit, yeah. I mean, he get money from them shits, and he buy more cars. He's selling cars. You know what I mean? Like, his music ain't hitting on shit. For real, for real. And like I said, again, Rick Ross do bad business. But let's be real, man. Everybody talking about Big Meech. He shouldn't have crossed 50. He shouldn't have crossed 50. Well, did he ask 50 Cent to do a show about his life, or did 50 reach out to him? Because if he reached out to that man, then that man could chill with whoever the fuck he want to. Because at the end of the day, I could say, nigga, I don't owe you any loyalty. I don't owe you. You think because you got my son some money and you did a show about my fucking life, nigga, I don't owe you no loyalty, nigga. I don't owe you no loyalty. It's just fucked up. Big Meech went to Rick Ross. I mean, fuck the fact that him and 50 don't like each other. He just don't do good business. I don't give a fuck about what 50 think. I'm a grown man like he a fucking grown man. I mean, what you and my son got going on ain't got nothing to do with me, nigga. Nothing to do with me. Because that was some business shit y'all had worked on. You know what I mean? And you telling a story about my fucking life. He just my son, nigga. Your whole show, the reason why you with my son in the first place and you put him in 2 years of acting school, like, yeah, nigga, I appreciate it. I'm appreciative. What the fuck you want me to do? Give you something for it? What? So I'm supposed to just be cool with who you cool with, and anybody you ain't cool with, I can't be cool with them. That's what pretty much 50 saying, like, with just some buster ass shit. You know what I mean? So with him, 50 having a mentality like that, that's what I'm saying. His ego is through the roof. You know what I mean? Because he got some money. You know he's famous. But his ego, sometimes he delusional, man. Because you like, with all this shit that's going on and all the success he got, nigga, you would have been a real nigga. We would have respected you more. Because that petty shit all the time is, sometimes that shit just not needed. For real, for real. But, some shit, you would have been a real nigga to just be like, yo, I ain't gonna fuck with Buddy no more. No matter of fact, you would have been a real one. People would have looked at you way different. Imagine if you would have been like, all right, yeah, he took a picture with the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But you worried about what people gonna think. You know what I mean? That's what you worried about. So you can't trust because you just feel like the minute somebody go chill with somebody you don't fuck with, you just automatically assume that they gonna be against you too. You know what I mean? And that's life, nigga. With anybody. Anybody. Anybody, bro. And it's like shit. Dr. Dre did a song with Rick Ross. They got a whole song together. But I guess you ain't gonna bite that hand. Cause you know you really gonna go against the grain. And you're not gonna go against Dre though. But Dre got a whole song with Rick Ross. Ain't nobody gonna talk about that. That shit is even. I be hearing that shit on GTA all the time. Know what I mean? You ain't fucking with Big Meech. Cause you did this, that, and the third for him. Right? You put him and his son in a position. Or you put his son in a position, right? He did some shit you don't like. But because Dre put the bag on you, put trust in you, leveled you up to the person that you are now, him and M. But like I said, it's cool that Dr. Dre got a whole song with Rick Ross, so you cool with that. And you would probably say, damn right, nigga, that's Dre. I ain't stupid enough, know what I mean? But you ain't stupid enough to what, nigga? You ain't gonna go against Dre. You gonna sweep that shit under the rug. So Big Meech take a picture with the nigga, you know. Rick Ross do a whole song with Dre. And it ain't no backlash about that.